All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I know I'm 1 hour and 10 minutes late, but I'd like to explain. I came from Pasig, uh, all the way to Makati. It took me around 30 minutes or more. So I tried so hard to be present at 8 p.m. However, I had to attend a necrological service. So that's exactly why we are going to talk about grief tonight because I am also handling grief of my own. And I'm doing this episode because I know that there are so many people out there who are also grieving. And I'd like to take this opportunity to somehow understand what you're going through and also somehow process, diba? Kasi we all need it. We all need to process the this emotion called grief. But before that, I'd like to greet Sir Joseph. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, Kahit na sobrang late na, thank you so much for being there and for checking on me kanina. Thank you so much. Nag-send ka pa talaga ng message for about the podcast. So thank you for checking. Hi Aryan, thank you so much for tuning in. Ayun. So okay, so grief is really very complex. I will not explain it in a way that a psychologist would, but I will explain it in a way that I have also personally experienced it. Just like everybody else, I think sa buhay natin we have lost one or two people who we dearly love. And so I will be talking about grief in such a way that I have experienced it and in a way that I understood it and in a way that somehow people can relate to it. So let's start this conversation. And again, if you want to join the conversation, please feel free to post your comments on the comment section. And also, let me introduce myself just in case it's your first time to be on the podcast. I'm Irene, a licensed real estate broker in the Philippines. I'm also a motivational speaker and a writer. And before I start my my talk or my podcast, I'd like to say something. Kasi last night I did not show up for the motivational Monday because yesterday was the day that I found out that one of my really um, special person in my heart passed away. So it was kind of hard for me to go live kasi parang it was a whirlwind of emotions. And so when I woke up this morning, I thought, um, ayoko pa rin talaga mag-podcast. And then, suddenly, a thought came to my head. Kasi di ba ngayon, ang episode natin is Thinking Tuesdays. And so, yung topic talaga na unang nag-flash sa akin this morning was, um, yun mismong topic na yan, decoding the emotion called grief. And I was like, oh, maybe I should do an episode really. But it was really heartbreaking because I'm not sure if I can even pull it off. Kaya kung mababasa ninyo yung post this morning, sabi ko, I don't know if I will be able to pull it off. But for Daddy Litz, kasi he already left, so I really want to I really want to dedicate this episode for him because he was always someone who was always there for me and who always believed in me no matter what. So definitely kung nandito pa siya, he would probably tell me, "Don't stop the show. Just just continue and then you will never know kung sino yung may inspire mo or matatouch mo with your message." So I'm dedicating this for him. So there. I will be sharing my screen. Ayan. So, 'di ba kahit yung picture ko hindi po puwedeng ngumiti kasi nga grief. Ayan. So I was very straight with the with the design. Sabi ko, "Wag ninyong dedekorasyonan ng makangiti ako diyan sa picture na 'yan kasi grief na yung pinag-uusapan." So I hope okay naman yung itsura ko diyan. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sir Joseph. Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry to hear that. I also lost someone dear to me recently and had to take a day off. Yes, I think it's really okay to take a day off. If Pwede nga at least 1 week, it doesn't matter, 'di ba? Kung saan ka magiging komportable. So let's start this conversation. And again, I'm doing this. I'm not expecting that a lot of people will be watching kasi nga I'm so late. It's an hour, more than an hour late from my usual podcast episode. But if you're here, I'm pretty sure you're here for a reason, and maybe, just maybe, you will learn a thing or two from this episode. And just in case this podcast episode helped you out, feel free to share it. We never know kung sino yung kailangang marinig yung episode na to. As always, we will be defining what grief is all about. So let's define it. From dictionary.com, it's a mental or emotional suffering or distress caused by loss or regret. So mental or emotional suffering. So it really depends kung anong klaseng grief yung pinagdadaanan mo. It can be mental, it can be emotional, but it's definitely something that is not happy. So siguro nasanay yung mga audience natin na laging masaya, powerful, enlightening yung mga episodes natin. But for tonight, I will talk about grief because I think grief is a fairly common human emotion that people really don't talk about, right? But we will be talking about it tonight. It's okay, Ma'am Ice. Take your time to grieve. Thank you so much, Ma'am Evangeline. Thank you po for tuning in. All right. So let's ask ourselves muna. Let's talk about what are the reasons why we grieve. Um, Most people who know me personally, like who have been with me for the longest time, they will always say na I'm very logical. I always use my head instead of my heart. So hindi talaga ako softy na person. Like most people see me as has a strong, powerful strong, powerful na characteristics. But the reason maybe the reason behind that is because I really always try my best to explain things para mas maintindihan ko yung sarili ko. I would find reasons why I'm doing this and that. So when we grieve, we also need to understand the reasons why we really grieve. Diba? So let's start with this para mas maintindihan natin yung pinagdadaanan natin. And sometimes I'm not saying that you have to understand what you're going through, but somehow it eases the pain of whatever it is that you're going through when you understand what you're going through. Alam yun, mas madali mong ma-manage ang isang bagay na naiintindihan mo. Okay, this is what I also say in stress management classes sa mga estudyante kong nanonood dyan. Alam niyo to, lagi ko tong sinasabi. I always say this to my students in stress management. You cannot manage something that you don't understand. So you have to understand first para mas madali ma-manage. Okay, so what are the reasons why we grieve? Siyempre, pinakauna dyan, you don't grieve over something that you hated, right? I mean, kung nawala sa iyo ang isang bagay na kinagagalit mo, I don't think you're gonna grieve over that. The reason why we grieve is because we love. And love is a very powerful, very strong emotion that we all experience. And at times when we grieve, we feel that sana pala hindi na lang ako nagmahal. Hindi kasi pwede yun eh. While we are alive, we will always, always, always love someone. And when we lose them, yun yung moment na nag-grieve tayo. When you are sorrowful, look in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight. Oh, that's so true. Yan, exactly the explanation for this slide. Okay, hindi naman tayo magiging malungkot over sa isang bagay na hindi naman natin gusto. So in here, syempre we love, so we grieve. Thank you. Also, we value what we lost. Hindi naman tayo mag-grieve over something na hindi importante sa atin. Okay? Kaya ka nalulungkot kasi kapag nawawalan ka kasi yung bagay na nawala sa yung taong nawala sa pinahalagahan mo yon. You value that person or that thing that you have lost. Okay? Kasi minsan we don't grieve over persons alone. We also grieve over broken relationships, or maybe sa work, di ba, we also grieve over that. Pero kasi grieve is something that is usually for, usually for people that we have really loved. Ayan, kaya ang nangyayari, we grieve kasi nga, pinahalagahan natin yun eh. Hindi ka mag-grieve sa isang bagay na useless sa'yo, or sa isang tao pala na useless, or hindi mo kilala, di ba? Okay. Another thing is, it's a feeling of emotion, sadness, or anger. So, iba-iba kasi yung pinagdadaanan ng tao whenever we lose something or someone. Okay, so it's really a feeling of emotion. It can be sadness, it can be anger. Mamaya pag-uusapan din natin yan. Okay. Another reason why we grieve is because it's really a process. When we lose someone, so sige, someone na lang. When we lose someone, we have to process. It's really an entire process. Hindi siya yung parang pagka pagka nalaman mo na nawala na yung tao, parang agad-agad ito yung response mo. So every person has a different response. However, there is a process. So mamaya pag-uusapan natin, ano ba yung proseso ng grief. Okay? Mali-mali na yung noun at saka yung verb ko. Okay. Another reason is because this is also a way why we how we cope. Okay. I will share with you something that I've read several years ago when I was also grieving over my grandmother. Um, Sabi doon, hindi tayo nag-grieve because we have lost someone, especially for faithful people, 'di ba? Yung mga religious people, or yung mga spiritual people, or yung mga naniniwala sa second life, 'di ba? Sa eternal life. To those people who believe in eternal life, they're not sad because the person died, and the person who died will actually have a second life. Hindi naman sila nalulungkot dahil doon. Nalulungkot sila kasi nalulungkot daw tayo when someone passes away, kasi mase-separate tayo doon sa taong yon at hindi na natin siya makikita ulit. So we grieve because we will no longer be able to have that same feeling when we see the person, because we will never see that person ever again. And that's why we grieve, kasi para talaga sa atin 'yun. It's not for the person really, it's also for us na kailangan nating mag-cope up dun sa loss natin, dun sa part na hindi na natin sila makikita or makakasama ulit. Okay. So why is grieving normal? Bakit siya kino-consider as something that's normal? Well, first and foremost, siguro alam na ninyo yung sagot sa tanong na 'to, bakit normal yung pag-grieve? Kasi we know that life is not unlimited. Okay, life has an end. And from the moment someone is born, we all know that someone's life will end. We just don't know when, but it will. So it's normal. It's a part of life. It's a part of this. I'm really not comfortable talking about this, sa totoo lang, because I grew up in a very traditional family that death is something that we don't really talk about. And maybe yung mga nanonood din diyan sa inyo, sa audience, baka isa din kayo sa mga kagaya ko na hindi talaga komportable magsalita or mag-discuss about loss, or about grief, about death. But let me tell you this, grieving is normal. If you ever encounter people who are grieving right now, let them express themselves in a way that they will be able to express their grief. Because some people are silent, some people are emotional, that you can see it through them. But some people don't really show their emotions. They really hide it from people so that they will not be perceived as weak. Or maybe that's because that's how they cope up. So iba-iba yung pag-cope up ng mga tao. So anyway, just to remind you that if you are grieving over someone right now, let me tell you this: that's completely normal. Do not feel as if you have to apologize for grieving, because you don't have to. Grieving is a fairly normal feeling that any human person can feel. human person, human being. So, what are the reasons why grieving is normal? Number one, it's for healing. Siyempre, sabi nga nila, di ba, para maka-move on ka, kailangan mong pagdaanan yung grief na pinagdadaanan mo ngayon. You have to grieve so that you can heal. Another reason is, again, it's a healthy response. Okay? Wala pa naman siguro tayong nakilalang tao na namatayan tapos masayang-masaya. I don't know. If maybe you know people who are really happy when somebody died. I have never ever met anyone who became happy when someone died. Parang wala pa akong nakilalang gano'n. So, grieving is a normal response. Once somebody passes away, his loved ones or her loved ones will definitely grieve. Another reason is, again, you have to move on, 'di ba? So hindi ka makaka-move on kung hindi mo na nailabas yung feelings mo. So that's also the reason why grieving is normal, is for acceptance. Also, to those who believe, no, iba-iba kasi yung paniniwala natin, especially in the Philippines. We have so many religions, we have so many beliefs, whether cultural or religious beliefs. Iba-iba yung paniniwala natin. But then again, regardless of our beliefs, regardless of our culture, our religions, regardless of our races, everybody grieves. Okay, so we do this because, again, it's also in memory of the loss. No, sorry, parang mali yata yung loss dito. So in memory of the loss, or in memory of those we have lost. Okay, so again, it's normal. Another reason why grieving is normal is because we have to adjust. Kasi syempre, i-adjust mo na yung buhay mo without the person. Not because, we're not forgetting them. But sabi nga ng isa ding nabasa kong article about grief is, when we lose someone, hindi naman talaga nababawasan yung love natin for them. Okay? Hindi naman talaga natin sila nakakalimutan. It's just that, nangyayari, nakakapag-adjust na tayo sa buhay na wala sila. But that doesn't mean that we literally, like, we emotionally lose them. We just literally lose them kasi they're no longer physically with us. But emotionally, we don't really lose them. So, nag-a-adjust tayo. Sa pamamagitan ng pag-grieve, nakakapag-adjust tayo sa panibagong buhay na wala yung mga taong nawala sa atin. Another thing is also closure. Death is definitely an end. For us, no, for us, it's an end. Pero I really like what the pastor said earlier, during the necrological services, earlier this evening. Sabi niya, yung end kasi natin dito sa mundo, it's a new beginning. So maybe for us, it's really closure. Pero we have to process again. Kaya again, we have to process. That's why we are grieving. Kailangan nating isara yung chapter na yun ng buhay niya with us. Kung sino man yung nawala sa atin. Kailangan nating i-close yung chapter na yun. But again, it doesn't mean that we are forgetting the person. It's just that it's the end of the ano ba tawag doon? Of the physical connection that you had with that person. So how long does grief last? Okay, walang exact answer for this, all right? But I will be talking about the process of grief. Okay, so we have 7 stages of grief. Sa mga hindi po nakakaalam nito, kasi di ba noon parang merong 5 stages of grief. So according to our research, 7 stages of grief naman itong nakita ng team natin para sa grief. Okay? So, ang pinakauna dyan, of course, our source is Recover from Grief. So you can also read more about it. The first stage is shock and denial. Ang pinakaunang response ng tao usually is magugulat at magde-deny sila. Just like when I found out yesterday about the passing of a good friend of mine, of someone I actually considered as a second dad. yun yung una kong tinanong dun sa, um, kino-consider ko rin na brother. So, I really consider them as a second family. So, sabi ko dun sa brother ko, sabi ko sa kanya, "Are you sure? Hindi ba 'to panaginip lang?" Parang kasi kausap ko pa lang siya nung Sunday tapos sasabihin mo sa'kin na he's no longer alive? Is this real? And I received that phone call at 6 in the morning. So I was like, this may be a part of a dream that I have to wake up from. So usually yun yung una nating response. We are in shock, so we will deny what's going on. So siguro yung iba nga matagal mag-sink in sa kanila about the death of someone. Next is pain and guilt. So siyempre, iisipin mo na ngayon lahat ng mga hindi mo nagawa for that person, lahat ng mga moments na siguro nagkaroon kayo ng conflict, kung nag-away man kayo, babalik-balikan mo yon na sana ganito, sana ganyan yung ginawa ko, 'di ba? Pero magi-guilty ka kasi you didn't do that when the person was still alive. So that's the second stage of grief. And then next would be bargaining and anger. Okay, so siyempre nagagalit tayo, minsan nagagalit tayo kay Lord, bakit niya kinuha sa'tin? Why did he have to take that person away from us? And then we will bargain, 'di ba? Bargaining yung parang sana ako na lang ganyan or baka 'pag nagpakabait ka or whatever, baka puwede pang makabalik sa'yo. These are normal human response. Okay, so that's another part of the stage of grief. Talagang maraming ma magkakaroon ng time na magtatanong ka, "Bakit nangyayari 'to sa'yo? Bakit sa'yo 'to nangyari?" 'Di ba? Gano'n yung mga pinagdadaanan natin in this stage. Another stage is the depression stage, quote unquote, and then reflection and then loneliness. So itong fourth stage, obviously magsisink in na sa'yo unti-unti na especially if it's a family member, no? Or someone na talagang super close ka na araw-araw mo siyang kausap. Dun magre magre mag dun mo magsi-sink in sa'yo that that person is really gone because he will never be able to answer your messages anymore or pick up your phone calls. So itong stage na 'to, dun na magsi-sink in sa'yo na, "Oh, that person is really gone because I can no longer talk to him or I can no longer, I will not be able to um, receive a response from that person anymore." So this is the stage where unti-unti na nagsisink in talaga sa'yo na you have to move on because that person will no longer come back. Next is the upward turn. Okay, so yung upward turn, I'll do my best to explain this in a very simple way and in a way I understood it. So the upward turn, ito naman yung parang calm, na medyo kalma ka na kasi parang somehow unti-unti you've already understood and parang on your way to acceptance. You've already understood that that person is no longer there, can no longer talk to that person, and somehow iisipin mo na paunti-unti yung sarili mo na, wait lang, okay, kailangan ko ng kumalma kasi that person will no longer come back. And then once na unti-unting nagsi-sink in na sa'yo yung yung part na yun na parang, "Okay, so I have been crying my heart out. I have already prayed so much. That person will no longer come back." So nagkaroon ka na ng upward turn. And then yung sixth stage will be your reconstruction and working through. Unti-unti ka ng mag-a-adjust ng life mo without the person. Okay, and this is not easy. Let me tell you this. It doesn't get any easier. But what's going on in that, again, according sa mga nabasa ko before, ang nangyayari dito sa stage na to is, hindi mo naman talaga, ano ba tawag doon? Hindi ka naman talaga literal na nagmo-move na nagmo-move on na parang tanggap mo na totally. It's just that lumalakas na lang talaga yung loob mo. Parang naintindihan mo na kahit na anong gawin mo, you will never be able to bring back someone who already passed away. So you will do your best to move forward, reconstruct your life. Maghahanap ka ngayon ng mga hobbies na somehow will help you out. Maghahanap ka ng mga habits or magbibuild ka ng mga habits na makakatulong sa'yo so that you can move on. And of course, ang last stage of grief is acceptance and hope. And again, this is a long shot. I'm not saying that this is like 1 month for everyone, pero every person will have his or her own stages of grief, the timeline, iba-iba. Hindi po ito pare-pareho sa lahat ng tao, mag-iiba-iba yung timeline. Alright? So, please, sa mga taong nakikinig sa atin ngayon, if you're not grieving and if you know someone who does grieve or who is actually grieving at this very moment, wag po natin silang pilitin na, tahan na, kaya mo yan, alright? I think that's the last thing that they want to hear. I think what they want to hear is that you are there for them. You are there to listen to them. I think that's what these people who are going through grief want to hear. Okay? So how do we manage grief? Paano nga ba natin minamanage yung grief natin? So, yes, we can manage grief. Again, we will never be able to manage something that we don't understand. So that's why I'm doing this podcast episode. Would like to understand grief more so that we will be able to manage it. We cannot manage something that we don't know. So if you are watching this right now and you know someone who cannot understand what he's going through or she's going through, please share this video. Baka makatulong din tayo sa taong nag-grieve. Okay. The first one is give yourself time. Okay? Time in two ways. Number one, wag mong madaliin yung sarili mo. Don't rush yourself into acceptance. Because again, there are stages to grief, just like the ones that I've mentioned earlier. So give yourself time. And another way to interpret this is give yourself time to grieve. Meaning, every single day, mag-allocate ka ng time na pwede kang umiyak. So that somehow, you will know that, for example, at 6 in the morning, you can cry. So that somehow, unti-unti, makapag-adjust ka sa daily life mo. So you know that at 6 a.m., you can cry. You know, I'm saying this because this is one of the things that I've also learned somewhere or from someone, I don't recall. So if you were the one who taught me this trick, let me know because I cannot remember who told me this, but this actually worked with me when I was going through a breakup. Sabi niya, dapat may time ka umiyak. Sabi ko, ano ibig sabihin nun? Dapat may schedule. So that you know that every single time that time comes, yung 6 a.m. for example, because my schedule before was like 5 a.m. So 5 a.m. Pag 5 a.m. na, alam mong pwede kang umiyak. And then you can go about your day. Okay? And then, pagdating, let's say, 10 p.m., yan ulit yung schedule mo, edi umiyak ka ulit. Why are you doing this? So that in the middle of the day, you are not in an outburst. Especially if you're, if you want to focus in work, na napakahirap. But somehow, if you have this like habits, di ba? Magbe-build ka ng habits kung saan pwede kang mag-express ng sarili mo. It's going to be hindi naman super easy, but at least it's easier for you. So give yourself time. Number one is don't rush yourself na maka-move on ka. And number two, give yourself time. Every single day, mag-schedule ka kung kailan ka pwedeng umiyak. And I'm not saying this kapag super fresh pa. Kapag medyo, let's say, you're already a month along the way na nag-grieve ka. So, pwede ka nang maglagay ng schedule. But syempre, there will be outbursts. You have to understand and accept that there will be outbursts. So, one of those days na kalma naman yung buong araw mo, pero bigla mo silang maiisip or maybe may nakita ka that reminds and that thing reminds you of them, then bigla kang magkakaroon ng outburst. Again, that's also normal. That's also okay. So this one is kung magiging komportable sa inyo, that's nice. But whatever you're comfortable with, please do that. Because again, nobody is rushing you to move on. Sabi ko nga, don't rush, go gently. Kasi nobody else will be able to process your grief for you. I mean, you cannot pay someone, uy, ikaw na lang nga ang magluksa para sa akin or ikaw na lang umiyak para sa akin kasi pagod na ako. We cannot do that. Grief is a personal journey. So whatever amount of time that you need to have, just have it. Okay, don't rush. Go gently. You have time. Okay? Wag mong madaliin yung sarili mo, wag mong pressurein yung sarili mo when it comes to grieving. Another thing is share your loss with others. If you've watched my January episode, I talked to a very good friend of mine, si Lyra. I'm not sure if she's watching right now, but you're watching, Lyra. Sis, thank you so much for sharing your loss with us. Ito yung ginawa niya nung January when they lost their mom in December. The first thing that she requested from me in January is she wants to talk about her loss. And it was, of course, it was uncomfortable for her. It was really brave of her to talk about it in a public platform, but she did that so that she will also be able to help people who are going through that same process na nag-grieve sila. So if you want to manage your grief, you can definitely share your loss with others, the people who you trust, 'di ba? Yung pinagkakatiwalaan yung tao, yung walang mga judgments sa katawan, yung hindi ka i-judge kung umiiyak ka the entire day, hindi ka nila sasabihin na, "'Di, okay lang 'yan, makaka-move on ka din," or, "Okay lang 'yan, nasa better place na siya," ganyan-ganyan. But again, it's not okay to lose someone. So, if you are sharing your loss with others, also share with someone na makakaintindi and also hindi magiging judgmental at hindi magbibigay ng mga random unnecessary comments. Okay? So, yan din yung sinasabi natin. Not only sharing your loss with everybody. Okay? And I think somebody asked me before about this in my media relations class. Ma'am, okay lang bang nagpo-post sa Facebook about about your loss? Ito yung sagot ko. Whatever makes you parang feel, no? Whatever makes you feel parang relieved from your grief, that's okay. Just you can post it. Pero syempre, 'di ba? To a certain manageable limit or to a certain acceptable limit. Wag naman everything post it on Facebook. Basta just share whatever it is that will make you feel comfortable, will make you feel somehow relieved from grief, but to a certain acceptable limit. Syempre, hindi natin i-share mga super private moments with the person who passed away. Also, another thing that helps people manage their grief is when they surround themselves with their loved ones. So surround yourself with people you love, because the people you love will definitely have your back, and maybe they're also grieving with you, but at least you have each other, diba? You can talk about it, you can talk about your feelings, you can talk about, you can cry all you want without even saying a word. So surround yourself with people who love you, because they will never ever ever judge you if you are going through a very tough time. Kasi remember this, even if you are all family members, may isa diyan na hindi hindi masyadong emotional, kumbaga medyo okay na siya, naka-move on na siya. May isa diyan na hindi maka-move on ng matagal na panahon. So, iba-iba, again, iba-iba yung pinagdadaanan ng kada tao kahit pare-pareho yung naramdaman nilang loss. All right? So, surround yourself with your loved ones, because even if they're also mourning, it's even though they're also grieving, masarap sa pakiramdam na you have each other's back. Hi, Bess. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, surround yourself with loved ones. Hello, Sir Tai. Good evening po. Nako, super late ako, pasensya na. Gabing-gabi na. Pero thank you for those who are watching. And syempre, again, if this is something that will probably help someone out who's grieving right now, um, please share this video. Okay, so my last deck is about, I'm not a religious person. You all Everybody knows that already. I'm very open about it. I don't want to sound like I'm super religious because I'm not. But I'm very spiritual. I know that I have to build a relationship with our creator. And so this is a prayer that I constantly pray when I don't really know what to do and when I'm feeling weak. So this is from Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Um, Whenever we feel as if the world has turned its back on us, just remember this. We are going through something that has a purpose. Yun. Mahirap maintindihan yung purpose na yun. Sobrang mahirap siya maintindihan. I will never attempt to tell you that the purpose makes it easy to understand. Okay? Kasi pag alam mo yung purpose, mas maintindihan mo. Actually, to be quite honest with you, to be very honest with you, when you are grieving, you will not understand reason. Ulitin natin. When you are grieving, you will not understand reason. Wala kang maiintindihan. Kasi nga, grieving is an emotion. And let me remind you that you don't really even have to understand what you're going through. Hindi mo kailangan maintindihan. Huwag mong pressuring yung sarili mong maintindihan. Even though I created this podcast para somehow maintindihan natin, quote unquote, yung pinagdadaanan natin, but also do not pressure yourself about understanding your situation because really you will never understand the purpose until you have already moved past it. Minsan maintindihan mo yung purpose ng pinagdadaanan mo kapag naka-move on ka na. Pero at this very moment, if you are grieving, please do not attempt to understand the purpose because it's hard. It's gonna be hard. If you find the purpose, that's great. But if you don't pressure yourself too much. So I did this podcast episode again for the people who are grieving right now. Um, I'm one with you in prayers. Grief is something that it's really hard to verbalize, super hard to verbalize, that sometimes all we can do is just cry our hearts out. I'm very good with words. I think you already know that. I talk for a living, I write for a living. But grief is something that is so hard to explain because again, you don't even have to explain it. You just feel it, diba? But it will also help you out if you understand why you're grieving. So that's why I did this podcast episode para somehow maintindihan natin na oo nga, kaya tayo nalulungkot because we lost someone that we love. And it's a normal emotion, it's a normal feeling. Don't judge yourself for it. Don't feel bad about grieving. Don't feel bad that you feel sad because again, it's okay. All right? It's okay not to be okay, which is another episode that we did in the past. Kung ano yung pinagdadaanan mo ngayon, it may not be okay, the situation may not be okay, but it's okay to feel sad. Okay? Hindi mo kailangang magpaliwanag, hindi mo kailangang maintindihan kung ano yung pinagdadaanan mo. Whatever you're feeling right now, it's valid. Okay? If you need someone to talk to, you can definitely send me a message on this channel. You can also send me a message in WhatsApp. If you want a support group, we have people in my team who can definitely, um, kung kailangan nyo ng support group, someone to just lift you up and all, just send us a message. We can create a group chat, ganyan. If that makes you feel better, if that will help you out, we can definitely do that for you. um it's hard to verbalize feelings, but if you ever need someone to verbalize it with, andito lang kami para sa'yo. There are so many people behind this channel who are always willing to extend a helping hand to those who need it. All right. I hope this podcast episode helped you out and you were able to gain some insights about grief. And again, if you feel that this episode can help another person who's grieving right now, please share this please share this podcast episode. And I really dedicate this to those who are to those who, of course, to those people who I have lost along the way. It's not easy. No, it's not easy losing someone or people we have really loved in our lives. But that's how life is. Sabi kanina doon sa necrological service, um, death is a reminder of how we should live our lives. Okay, so death is a reminder of how we should live our lives. So dapat this these deaths na nakikita natin sa paligid natin, they should remind us na magiging maliit lang masyado yung mga problema natin when it's compared to death. So, live your life to the fullest. Maging masaya ka, gawin mo yung mga, tuparin mo yung mga pangarap mo, yung mga sa tingin mo, pagsisisihan mo, pag namatay ka tapos hindi mo siya nagawa. Alam mo yun? Sabi ko nga, sa, itong lagi kong sinasabi, I should never, I should not die without fulfilling all my dreams. Or at least I'll die trying. So death reminds us how we should live our lives. So at this point, I'd like to ask you, are you contented with the life you're living? If you're happy with the life you're living, great. But if you're not, what can you do about it? Don't wait for death to come knocking at your door and then just realize na, ay, sana pala, what if ginawa ko to, sana ginawa ko to. So ngayon, bago kayo matulog ngayong gabi, isipin ninyo, if death comes knocking at your door tomorrow, what would you have done today? So if today made you really happy, that's great. But if it doesn't, so tomorrow, make it a better day for you. And once again, this is Irene. Thank you so much for tuning in, despite the very late episode. I'll come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. So regular broadcast ulit tayo tomorrow. Thank you so much for your support. And if you ever encounter people who are grieving right now, please tell them that you're there to listen. You don't even have to give them an advice. They will be really happy if you can listen to them. That's it. You cannot offer the world to them, but you can definitely offer your ears and maybe your shoulders. If they need a hug, kaya lang with social distancing, maybe your ears na lang. Share your ears and your hearts to those who are grieving. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and may God bless you always. Bye. See you tomorrow.